Seems like you had to be hurt or show signs of some kind of physical trauma. Also, the mental and emotional trauma was something that it seems like would have manifested itself.
I tried everything I could possibly do to think of good memories or what have you, but the trauma overloaded my life. It overloaded me to the point where it almost drove me mentally insane.
Well, tell me, were there with the signs? What did they do? What were the physical signs?
Well, the physical sign was I started doing things where I wanted to to commit suicide. Things like taking pills.
But did you have any scars on you, or did you have any bruises?
No scars, no bruises. I carried it all just in the inside. Just I didn't have anything on the outside of me. Just tried to commit suicidal acts, but not to the point where I was cutting myself, but to the point where I remember ran out of a job and ran into the street of Livernore's and just laid my body down. And that had to been about 8 years ago, and that was the last incident that I had before I made a turnaround.
So you laid down in the middle of Livernois?
Yes.
And you were working a job at the time?
Yes it was.
Okay, so the question, I'm going to ask this question one more time. As a child, your grandmother, you know, a lot of us, as we have children, we notice our children. We watch, you know, for any signs that, you know, they've been hurt or anything like that. Did you have you had no scars or anything?
No scars whatsoever. Only thing I probably did growing up, I don't really have any memories of what I was doing before the age of 12, but I know that I haven't had any scars or anything, but things that I did, like I used to steal and pick up tissue and soap, necessary things. Like children may steal a lot of different things like bubble gum or what have you, but I was one of those type of children because I wasn't well kept. I stole tissue, soap, liquid detergent, stuff that would get me through.
Now your book says the abuse was more than sexual, so we can imagine that. But could you give us some more indications of were you beaten or anything like that, or just them ignoring you? What were the other forms of abuse that you went through?
I also went through physical abuse, and yes, I was beaten just about every
By
day.
whom?
An uncle that abused me.
And nobody was able to see those marks?
They didn't care because I wasn't the only one, so I guess they didn't care. Nobody cared, and I'm telling the truth when I say that. Nobody cared. Nobody thought about looking at that. Nobody
Did you
paid
ever
attention
get to
that.
a point that you felt like you were locked up, you were in jail as you were little?
Yes, and even when I was 13 years old, I was held captivated by
Captive.
captive
That's okay.
by two young men over at the church, and they held me in the attic.
At the church?
Yes. No, it wasn't at the church, but
Oh.
it was from a church that my mother belonged to, and I was 13, and they were between the ages of 18 and 19, and they held me in the attic.
I think I hear a doorbell. I've been hearing this doorbell, so I was going to let my engineer know he should maybe open that door. But I think that, so they held you. Did you report them to the police?
I reported not to the police, but everything that I did, I reported it through my family, and they did nothing about it. I remember going over, being dragged by these two young men, and they were dragging me by my hands and my feet. And I remember having a confrontation or something with one of them, and it got real angry at me. And all I know is I was on my way out the door, and the young man said, "You're not going anywhere." And he slammed the door, and next thing he yelled, "Grab her legs." And someone came running from the basement area, and I was upstairs, just came running from the basement area, grabbed my legs as the other young man grabbed my arms, and they dragged me up the steps. They dragged me up the stairs.
My goodness. My goodness. So, what happened? Did they rape you at that time?
Well, one of the young men that had my legs, he had pulled off his pants, and next thing you know, the guy that had my arms, he just said, "Let her go." And the young man...
Did you know these young men?
One of them I did. But the one that he said, "Grab her legs," I had no idea who he was.
Okay, so you told your family, you've gone through what you knew to go through at your age. Now tell me, when did the tide start to turn?
The tide started turning, I say about 4 years ago in my life, because I went through 20 years of pain and suffering. It started turning about 4 years of my life.
What was it? Was it a church sermon? Did you meet somebody? What happened?
Well, it wasn't
Well, I'm not trying to get you to tell me the whole book, but I need to know. I need to know.
Well, it wasn't a church sermon, but I wanted to go back to something you said. When I first told it at 13, my aunt caught me with my clothes off right after my uncle just got finished molesting me. And when I told her, she told me, "Go somewhere and sit down. You will be okay." And that when she told me that at 13, I no longer told her about the other stories because they didn't handle anything. Then my whole family, they knew about it. It was talked about, but nobody dealt with it. And so I felt like if they wasn't going to help me, why should I continue to tell them anymore? So I buried it inside of me for 20 years, and I wasn't going to tell a soul concerning it, not even write a book. I didn't even want to write a book concerning it, but the book actually helped me bring out some things that actually brought to my healing. Actually, it did. The book helped heal me, and I didn't want to talk about anything else because I was kept getting shut down everywhere I turned. The people kept shutting me down. So.
Well, I'm sure the book was a part of what we call catharsis. That means letting everything out, letting it go, and so forth. And you still have things that need to be unlocked and unlatched and everything.
Yeah.
So now, and so that I don't have to tell that the rest of that, I mean, how old, because you said just how many years ago you laid out in the middle of Illinois?
It had to been about 8 years ago.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you have had people to help you, right?
Get out of the street.
I'm talking about since that.
No one helped me. I started helping myself. I started putting myself through counseling. I've been in counseling for about 1.5 years. I just one day woke up 4 years ago and was like, God, I don't want to feel this anymore. I don't want this bitterness. I don't want this pain. This past is destroying me, and I want to know what it feels like to be free. And I can't continue to blame myself and carry things that was dragging me down and making me not want to live anymore. And I just said to God, I wanted to see something better of myself. I knew that it had to been something better than just pain and suffering.
We have a quick call. Good morning.
Good morning. I just turned on and heard this story of what happened to this young lady.
Yes.
And
yes.
I just want to give you so much words of encouragement because you, even though things happen to us that is so horrific, there is a God that sits high and he looks low. And he has used you to help others who have gone through so many similar experiences. And this book will help so many other people. And I just want to make sure I get the details of it to help others as well that have gone through that. And we're talking about grown folks.
Well,
that's
the
still
name,
suffering mentally.
right? A
because
lot.
of this. In this book, you have been used, my sister, to
Yes,
help
she
others.
has. Yes, she
So,
has.
you know, I'm just so thankful that the Lord have lifted you out of it, and you dealt with it in the way that you had to, and to help others will help you to forgive and forget, and it will never happen to anyone in your family if you have children or not.
Yes.
Right. Thank you. And we're going to let you know where you could get the book.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to let
Bless
you.
you.
Bless you too. What's
Thank
your
you.
name?
Bye-bye.
Who is this?
This is Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. This
Hi.
is Sylvia. Her name's
Yeah.
Sylvia too.
For real? Because I just tuned on. I was on my way to work.
I got a book
And when I
signing
heard the
coming up,
words,
Oh,
of
there's a
what you
book.
were saying,
Well, we're going to
just-
tell you about the
I'm
books.
almost in tears, but I have to turn the tears into joy because He always uses us to help
He
us.
does. He does. All of our sufferings, we can heal and help others. Right. And we help ourselves too. Thank you,
very
Sylvia.
much.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work.
We're going to tell you about the book signing where you can meet her too.
Thank you, please, because I got to go to work. So
Okay, we'll tell you right now. We'll tell you real quick. Okay, thank you.
It's at,
Thanks.
Where's the book signing?
it's at Baker's Bible Bookstore at 10200 West Grand River. And it's going to be next Saturday between 1 and 4 p.m.
That's the 24th, next Saturday between 1 and 4. And if they can't make it, where can they pick up the book?
Well, the book is on Amazon.com. You can go to Baker's Bible Bookstore. You can go to Gospel House. You can go to www.sylvialathan.com, and it will give you many opportunities of how you can pick up the
Or
book.
you could just put in the Unlatched door. You could put that in on the internet, and it will direct you to where. But next week, a week from tomorrow, she will be at Baker's Bible Bookstore on Grand River. What's that address again?
That's 10200 Grand River.
Because this book and her catharsis will help others, because a lot of times we carry around these emotional loads. We are in a state of emotional, I always call it purgatory, and we're carrying these things around, and she overcame. And you're happily married now, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
See, and you have children?
Yes, my first two children were born due to me being raped, and they are in college right now. I have
Wow.
two children I had at 15 and 16. I got pregnant from being raped at 14. And my daughter is studying criminal justice. She graduated from Cody High School in 2007. My son graduated honor roll student from Dearborn High School in 2009. He's in Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, this is great. You have triumphed. There's so much more to it. The Unlatched Door. Next week, you can meet Sylvia at Baker's Bible Bookstore on Grand River. So, Sylvia, thank you so much. I mean, I got to hug you. And we'll be back in just a moment with Dr. Rose.